Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back. As always, huge massive thank you for the support. I really do appreciate it. So I'm coming back today with magazine number 82 as promised, the Crafting with Hunkydory Magazine. It's a beautiful magazine. It's got loads of tips, card ideas, shows you all of the kits that I've been on recently. It gives you some sneak peeks, some gossip. There's some challenges, and there's also you can send your cards in to win your £10 reward. And then you've got Anita in there, look, and also Debbie there. So, and all you other guys, congratulations for making it there. I've done that once before I was on the design team. But the kit that comes free with it this time is called Spring Feelings, and it's a beautiful Matastic kit again. So I'm really happy to be sticking with the Matastic. This one's called Home and Garden. This is what I'm going to be playing with today. So we've got the huge arch with the little blue tit and the spring cherry blossoms there. Home is where the heart is in this arch topper. We've got the little house, little cottage with the little butterfly. We've got a little lady gathering her flowers there. I don't know what flowers she'd be picking in the UK this time of year. Maybe down south she might have a better chance. But then we've got lots of different sentiments. We've got making beautiful memories, relax on your special day, best wishes, with love for you. We've got a button, we've got a cherry blossom border with those beautiful foiled butterflies. The foiled cardstock is this one with the beautiful delicate trails of butterflies. That one last. This is the printed cardstock with that beautiful text and that cottage again. Love this. I would love that as foiled as well. This is, so you do get 4 printed papers, double-sided, and I think this one matches in because we've got the butterflies on that side there and the sky, and then this pattern is a brighter version of this one that's on there. So that is why I am thinking those do go together. Let's pop those to the side and bring in my scoreboard. Now I've already cut a piece of 5 by 14 cardstock. Now it's come out of an A3 pad, so in order for me to be able to cut it on my trimmer, I do have to score it one way or another, but I've already scored it at 9 inches. So I'm just going to come in, so I've got that 9-inch score there, and I'm going to score at 4.5. And then I'm going to turn that around. Oops, no, let's put it right to the bottom. That will be great. And then I'm going to score at 2.5. So I'm making a sort of stepper card. If I pop these valleys in, we're going to have our stepper card. When I've burnished it down, it's going to be that shape there. Something just fell down in the living room. I don't know what that is, but it's not important right now. So let's just go ahead and burnish these down. So I thought I'd use that sort of large oval topper, and I know there's a bit of dirt on this card, but it will be hidden under all of my layers, so that's why I put it that way. But there you can see we've got our sort of weird M shape. So let's pop that to the side. And I've got some A4 foiled card. And I'm going to start by popping this on and cutting it at 2 notches under the 5, because I know that's what the length of it is going to be. So for this front piece, it's 2.5 by 5. So I'm just going to take that to 2 notches under 2.5. And that one will fit in there. And this back one was 4.5, I believe. So we'll just take 2 notches off that there, and that should fit into there quite nicely. You can't really see that, so apologies. Let's bring that forward a little bit, and then I'm going to bring in the cardstock. Now, which one shall I use? We've got the script on the topper I'm using, so let's use this one. So I'm going to start by cutting this at 4 3/4. So I know that's the length again. And then we need to be 2 1/4 for this front piece. And I'm going to do the back piece in this as well, so that's 4 1/4. I'm going to keep that whole same orientation and everything going through. We've got a nice little piece there left over. That is going to be my layers, so nice and simple so far. So let's come and pop these on, glue these on. Let's get those off there. So the glues I'm going to be using, I don't think I'm using any paper today, so it is just going to be my Clout all-purpose glue and my Clout tacky glue. So I like to just put a little bit of tacky in the corners, just to give those corners a bit of extra support. And it also glues a little faster than the alcohol based glue, so let's just pop that one on. And the brilliant thing about these glues, I always say, is that you do get that wiggle room time, so you can just get that into the best position before it sticks down for good. And this all-purpose glue, it does dry, I don't know, the best way I can describe it, if you put some on a piece of card and then leave it, i.e. you know, you're not sticking it to anything, you'll notice that the whole back goes quite crispy. It gives it a kind of layer, so it does give it a little bit of strength. So it's a great glue. And obviously it's the same as the Hunkydory construction glue, similar glue. So if you can't find the Clout all-purpose, then the Hunkydory is a great great alternative, should I say. You might prefer the Hunkydory one anyway. So glues are glues, whatever works for you. You might prefer the tape pens. I'm getting there with the tape pens, I have to be honest. I do love the dotty one. Not quite there with the full strip one there. I think because I like to be able to do this and just adjust that. That is what we're looking at the moment, so you can see just as that is, that's a pretty looking card. If you had a die cut sentiment, you know, like birthday, anything like that, those overlay sentiments dies that I bought recently would look lovely on there. But you could get away with just that no topper and it would still look gorgeous. I want to go a little bit further than that, so we're going to be using that one, and I'm going to be using the Relax on Your Special Day. Now I need my scissors because I can see there are some pips here. I don't know what the weather's been like where you are. Here in the UK, in the east of England, the weather has been beautiful for about 5 days. The rain's due to come in now, but and I did say it was a bit overcast earlier, but I did get some planting done yesterday, so I bought some. There was a sort of thing came up on my phone a couple of months ago about strawberries, and it was a deal on 12 strawberry plants for early sort of mid and late season, so 6 of each, and they were only a couple of quid. I think it's something like 3 or 4 quid, which is quite cheap. Well, then the delivery was £5, so I'd bought those, and then there was a couple of new dahlias I wanted as well that were on a similar offer at different times, so but they all turned up together. So I was out planting them yesterday, and I popped them in my greenhouse. So the strawberries, they did have a couple of leaves on, so they had started growing. Obviously the dahlias haven't, but the strawberries, I went and checked on them just now, and it is really warm in the greenhouse during the day, It's not a heated one. And the strawberries that I planted yesterday are popping their heads up. So I am really happy about that. Now I want to still be able to put this in a 5x7 envelope. So I am going to bring that up to around about there. And then if I pop that there, I know where to put these little strips. I've got some of these left over from the other day. So let's just pop those on. And these are 1mm foam pads. So tomorrow I'm planning on planting up some tomato and cucumber seeds. I know it's quite early, but I figure if I get them started, then hopefully we'll be able to eat some when the summer actually starts. Although my sister has said if we've had these 5 sunny days, that's our summer gone. So she may be right, to be fair. Okay, now let's pop this down. The seeds won't go out in the greenhouse, they'll be in the house. And then once they start poking through, they can go on got a sunny window sill in here in the living room. So they can sit on there for a little while, they'll be fine. We should have a nice healthy plants by the time they can go out into the greenhouse. Right, that's enough talking about gardening, so I'm going to put that down to there again, just making sure I'm not going over that 7x7 7-inch mark, but I do want it to be quite raised, otherwise we're not going to see a lot of the topper from over that top. Okay, so next one I'm going to do at 2mm, so we'll bring those in. But as per usual, I'm just going to pop that in just to be my little guide, and then I can pop those directly. Oops, let's use these directly onto my card base. Sorry about the dog barking, it's not mine. That's the boxer down the road. I don't know if you heard it. He's quite barky today. He's been spending more time in the garden. The neighbour's dog. Oh, it's next door but one actually. Lovely looking dog, white boxer. I've not met him, I've seen him. Okay, so even though I've put those on there and I know pretty much where my top is going to go, just going to give myself a little bit of security by putting some tacky glue over there. You can use your purple glue stick. If you want to, if you prefer. And then I can just pop that in. And hopefully I should be able to just take that one out. Oh, come on, there we go, we're out. There we are, so we'll keep that in a safe place. I might use that at a later date. So at the moment, although that's not standing too well, that's how our card is looking. So it will be open a little bit like so. What I am going to do is just gently give that another little crease down, and that should stop it sliding. Yeah. Okay, now my plan for this one was to have this one coming up like so. So I think I'm just going to go with a little 1mm pad, and don't think it needs to be the whole way up. We just want a little bit there. A little bit of tacky glue just in case I don't get it straight. And for this, what I'm going to do is just bring that in like so. And the other thing, just to break this bottom piece up a bit as well. I'm going to cut out this border and trim that down and add that on. It's just going to add a little bit of glitter. If you've got any little die cut butterflies, those sort of things, that would work perfect with this kit. You could cut it out of gold, or you could cut them out of your Matastic cardstock, or any of these little bits that you have left over. You could always die cut it out of there and they would look lovely. I don't think, and I could be wrong, I know Hunkydory have some sort of bigger butterflies, but I don't think they've got any smaller die cut butterflies. Although I am thinking there probably must be a die in their collection which has. They used to do some cutting borders that used to have a butterfly on, and that size butterfly would be perfect for this. Really must see if I can get a hold of those, if they're still available. Okay, so again, I'm just going to come matching this topper here with that 1mm foam pad. I've got a list of things at the moment that I want from Hunkydory. There's quite a few dies. I do, if they still have them by the time I order, there is a set of those mini dies from the square pads. I've got one of them. Might get two sets. I might get one of the other pocket set that I didn't get because I've got the ovals. Okay, yeah, I think that looks better and that ties that in quite nicely. So I think for gems we could go green. I think these might be a little bit too bright. Let me just have a quick look. There was some pastel ones I had the other day, wasn't there? Ah, there we are. Let's see what they are like. If not, we'll go for the old gold fail safe. I think those are pastel enough. So let's pop that down and just clean that off a little bit. And what I'm going to do is go with 3 over here and graduate them down. And you. There we go. And then I can put 2 on here. I'm just going to go for that medium one. That slightly smaller one. There we go. And that is going to be my card number 1. So that pretty much is how it's going to look on a shelf, because that will fall forward a little bit, but it does stand quite nicely like so. So that's just like a little step card. So that is card number 1, and I'm just going to get set up for card number 2. Okay, so for card number 2 I'm going to do another kind of step card. So I've got a piece of 6 by 12 cardstock, and I'm going to score at, let's see, let's go 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so I'm going to go at 4 And then because I've got the smaller board, I'll just rotate that round and score at 2 and 4. So that's going to give me the same style of card as that previous one, only obviously in a smaller configuration. But what I want to do is turn this into a faux stepper card. So I've got this piece of cardstock which is 2.5 by 12. And I'm just going to score this at 6, which is the halfway point of my card, because I want this to go in a 6 by 6 envelope. So let's just come in and burnish those down nice and quickly, not forgetting to do that underside. So doing that underside score is just as important to make that stand. And what we're going to do is we're going to pop this piece over the top like so, and then we'll have our topper on there, etc. Okay, so let's grab a couple of 6 by 6 mirror mats, and so we did that 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah. So we've got a piece here which is 2 by 6, so let's take 2 notches off the 6 first of all. I just love that little white edge, makes the cards look nice and clean. So I'm going to take 2 notches off the 2 for this piece on the front, and then 2 notches off the 4 for that piece at the back. And then our little piece that comes over the top, that's 2.5 by 6. So I'm just going to take 2.5 minus 2 notches, and then 2 notches off the bottom. And that should fit rather nicely onto there. I can see that's not folded very straight. I'll sort that in a second. And that goes back into our bit box. And then for this one, I'm going to use the other cardstock, the foiled. So I'm going to come in at 5 3/4. We're going to take 1 3/4 for this piece along there. And then we're going to take 3 3/4 for that piece at the back. Then we've got a piece left over, and then I'm going to bring in those papers. So this beautiful butterfly, and I'm going to use the butterfly side, I think. Probably won't see a lot of it, but I'm just going to come in. So it was 2.5, so it should be 2 1/4 by 5 3/4. And I've just picked the orientation where the butterflies are flying. And that's going to go onto that quite nicely. Okay, so before I do anything else, let me straighten this piece up so you can see where I've folded it. It's gone on the wonk, and now I've got sort of its overhang. So if I bring that back, press that down, and then just go up and re-score that, you can see it straightens itself out quite nicely. Okay, so let's come in and glue these on. So same glues again. I will be using the dotty tape pen on that paper though. And you'll have to let me know whether you've got your magazine yet. The magazines are a really good deal, I have to be honest, because you've got all that inspiration, and the free gifts at the moment. The last 3 magazines have been so generous, because not only do you get that free kit, you've got the extras that make it extra craftable. Also you get the inserts that you can download and print. I haven't done that yet. I'm hoping to get that done tomorrow. And then I'll be able to see what else is there. If there's anything else there, I'll let you know. They didn't say anything at launch, so, or I didn't catch it. If you guys heard something, you'll have to let me know. Okay, so just layering these on. So basically, once you've made that sort of style of card for the first one, you can then take it to the next level with this. Although I've done them in different sizes, you could easily still use this sort of size, these measurements for the 6x6 card, and then just have that topper going from top to bottom, because it would do, it's a big topper, that one I used in the previous card. There we go. Just finished watching the Ruth Ellis thing yesterday. It was quite, that was really interesting, bless her. She was the, if you guys ever see, she was the last woman to be hanged in the UK. I think it was 1956 or 1955. She was sentenced for killing a man. She shot him 4 times, I think. Maybe more actually, because well, she shot him a couple of times. Doesn't really matter how many times, but anyway, she shot him. And won't spoil it if you haven't watched it, but it is a good watch. I don't know if you guys overseas have access to the BBC iPlayer, if you are interested, but yeah, it's a good watch. Right, so to pop this on, I'm going to use a little bit of my normal glues and a little bit of super sticky, just because I'm doing this on video. So I'm going to pop a little bit of tape on the back and a little bit of tape on the front. So I'm going to start by taking that tape off. A little bit of all-purpose glue. You can always add a bit more. And then what I'm going to do is I want this to be around about in the middle, and I know it's 2.5. So it needs to be around about there. And then what I can do is just pop a little line of tacky glue along there. And then this one, again, I'm going to use some all-purpose glue, but remember I've got a smaller border there. And we'll just bring that down. Okay, we're going to end up with our card blank like so. So we are not seeing a lot of those butterflies, but you will see them on the inside when the card is opened. So I'm not going to worry about that too much. And I think it's a little bit more over to the right, even though I tried to make it not, but it will be fine. So I'm popping out this square, and I'm planning on having that at the top. And I think I'm going to bring in the With Love Just For You. I will pop a little bit of ribbon on there as well when we're finished. So let's pop these out. So I'm not going to use the middle frame again, you know, I'm so predictable really, I hardly ever do. I do like to save them for other things. Just like that little bit of air going through. So there's no right and wrong way with this topper. I do want it quite high up, and then we'll have this somewhere at the bottom. Okay, so I think we'll go with 2mm foam pads on this one. So these are ones that have already been cut in half, but I may have to do some more. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to do some more. Let's just grab just trying to make sure that none would be seen over the edges, but that are going to give a nice amount of support. And just that bit there should be fine. So I'm not putting any pads on the sides because obviously you will be able to see that from the back, which is half of the problem. The other thing is that if you have pads overlapping there, when this card is closed up in an envelope, there is 99.9% possibility it will then stick to the back, and then when your recipient tries to open it, they're going to wonder why their card doesn't open. But let's go ahead again, we're going quite nice and high. Pop it on. Still a little bit to the left, let's just go along a little bit. Again, this is why I have that little security blanket. Stay still. I'm going to go with that. Again, I think it's a little to the left, right, but it's fine. So we'll pop that back in. And this one, I'm going just flat. So I want there to be that really big difference between the frame and this topper. So I've just used tacky glue on this one. Just manoeuvre that into place. Just making sure that's nice and straight. And then I just need to try and get that frame out without moving it. There we go. There we are. Okay, so then this one I'm going to put some 2mm foam pads on the back, which I've just done already. So let's just take that off. I've just put those near the bottom because what I want to do is just have that coming up over the top of that frame, and I'm going to pop a little bow on there at the end. But before we do that, let's bring in some gems because we've got all this blue on here. I can get away with using these beautiful blue gems. So let's grab, I want these sky blue ones. I'm going to pop two there. Two there. And then I think I'll go with one, a big one over there as well. Okay. So I don't know how sticky these gems are because they keep falling off the sheet. But I'll see if they move. If they move, I'll just pop a little bit of tacky glue behind them. So that is it as it is. Now what I've done is just taken a little bit of green ribbon. It's actually this one, it's a 3mm one, and I'm going to pop this tacky glue onto there. Now it is going to make it impossible for me to hold up, but what I'll do is just clamp that on for about 10 minutes, and that will set more than hard enough for that to be permanent on that card, unless somebody really pulls it off. But that is card number 1. So just that, taking that little stepper card just that little bit further. Let's bring in that first one we did, the 5x7 one. And those are the 2 cards for today. So for an insert, I would just pop a 4x5 piece in there, just take 2 notches off on the inside there, and that would be perfect. And for this one, it will be a 4x6, just take 2 notches off to pop in, unless you're going to mat it with gold, in which case you know, keep working through your layers as you normally would. But that's it for today, so thank you so much. There is still a lot left on that sheet. I've still got a good sized piece of that border left. That is still 6 inches long, so that still would go on a 6x6 card. And I've got this sort of square topper there. I'm probably going to end up doing an off-centre gatefold with that one once I've printed the inserts out. And then we've got this home is where the heart is. That's probably going to be another card as well. And then I've got that beautiful printed cottage and the foiled piece of card got there, as well as still remembering that those printed papers that come with the kit. But thank you so much for watching today. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, happy crafting. Bye.